Hi, welcome everyone. So this is a way for today's seminar. We're going to introduce a great coach. He has been in the food industry or packaging or medical industry for more than 30 years. 刚刚进来一个 for 30 years. He's Lean Six Sigma black belt for 16 years. Every year, he's saving company more than $3 million to $5 million. Save the company. And as you know, Lean Six Sigma is very, very popular, especially in North America and developed countries such as Europe, UK, Japan. And this started from Japan. It's just in America, it's they improved it and it's much more suitable for the middle level and big companies. And for personal, it's very good for people to have the license to increase the salary and also very competitive for them to get a job or to increase what the position. Okay, so for the business, it's very good for them to improve the efficiency and also save the money and also extending their marketing. So this seminar is for us to try as a first try for Leo. He's a very senior coach, for him to introduce us about Lean Six Sigma, a brief introduction, and also about the benefits to personal and also to business too. Okay, so let me invite Liu, professor. He's a master and also PMP, black belt for 16 years. Okay, so please, Liu, could you start your seminar, please?
Thank you, Wei Wei. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jian Liu. I'm a Lean Six Sigma black belt. I had it for about 16 years, worked in mostly food, beverage, pharmaceutical, and packaging industry. So tonight, I will just give you some introduction of the program. So first, I will talk about what is a Lean Six Sigma, because sometimes you think it's something a bigger, title. What is it, Lean Six Sigma? So there's a lot of descriptions talk about the shareholders and the values, and also improvement speed, and also the famous word right now these days is the customer satisfaction, improve their product cost, quality, improve the process speed faster and faster, right? And also when you invest the capital, you want to making sure you get the results as quick as possible. So overall, there's two sides. One is the lean, basically focus on remove the waste and also adding value to the process or system, so we can give all the customers or consumers what they want. And the other side is the Six Sigma, basically focus on reducing the variability or we call fluctuations within any process and system, to making sure it's within the specification or the customer requirements. So if you put these two together, it's called the Lean and the Six Sigma. So basically Lean can dramatically improve the process speed and also reduce investor capital, so you don't over design your process and you can have the right amount of capital invested. To give you more credit is a Lean and a Six. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Lean Six Sigma overview. This is a short video, about 15 minutes. My name is Jian Liu. Welcome. So I will just introduce Lean and the Six Sigma program. So you might be asking, what is a Lean Six Sigma? It's a methodology. There's lots of wording about the shareholder value and achieve a very fast speed of improvement, and also talk about customer satisfaction, reduce cost, improve quality, and speed up the process, and also invest the capitals to achieve the growth or improvement. So there are two parts. Lean is really focusing on the removing the waste and adding value to a process or system. So remove all the waste. And Six Sigma basically is reducing the variability within a process or system, so it will be under control and then within the customer specification. So they put the Lean and the Six Sigma together. So Lean basically can dramatically improve the process speed and reduce invested capital, the right amount of investment. And Six Sigma obviously is going to bring the process on the statistical process control. So it will be everything within spec. So there's no defect or reduce the defect significantly. This one is about Steve Jobs when he was very young. Is YouTube, there's a video about Lean Six Sigma. What does he think? Because that's where Apple made their names and it became the world's largest company even today. A lot of things they are doing right. They're focusing on their customer satisfaction and the speed to the market and all those meet the customer requirement. So you can look at that video. Obviously here we have some issues on doing it on the Zoom, but you can see Lean is well embraced by Apple and well embraced by Steve Jobs. Another person I want to introduce is about Jack Welch. Probably most of you know his view on Six Sigma, similar approach, and he basically focuses on the three areas. Basically, in his mind, Six Sigma is about process produce less than 3.4 defects per million, and then right now, obviously, he said most of the company is about the 3 to 4 Sigma level, whether it's food, pharmaceutical, or banking, insurance. There's errors, mistakes happens. Now, aerospace industry, it may be a little bit higher, but still we can see planes come down, Boeing and all the Airbus. There are different things. So the industry is widely used to measure what is your defect. And this Six Sigma process is try to reduce the number of defects, going to zero on a per million basis. It's a strategy for business and also a methodology to increase the performance. Obviously, once you increase the performance, then customer is more satisfied and your bottom line results, the dollar value, the shareholder value are going to come through. Jack Welch also focused quite a bit on the leadership development skills. Really look at helping the great leaders to develop, and they have the skill to lead the company or lead the business. So that's the brief introduction of Six Sigma and the Lean Six Sigma, and it's widely used in the industry. Now, this one is about a black belt. Basically, it's more using data to illustrate the point, to drive the improvement, and to help the business to improve. There's a video, and obviously we cannot play on this one. You may ask, we talk about the Lean, talk about Six Sigma. Why is that important to business, especially these days, right? In the history, we have Lean started at the Toyota. That's initially with like Toyota production model. Six Sigma, obviously GE, Jack Welch and Motorola started them. The many industry using it. So why it's so important to the business, and what is today right now? We know these days the business is growing faster and fast. Right now we talk about the big data, the industry 4.0, and Internet of Things, right? Whether in China you focus on Mr. Ma Yun, and also in the Germany they talk about the 4.0, and in USA they want to lead the world, and there are all kinds of great things happening. The Amazon, the Google, all those large, great, super companies. They are focusing on what? They're focusing on the automations. They focus on the robots, or they call cobots. Cobots, basically you have a robot and a people together to drive improvement. And they talk about artificial intelligence and augmented reality, the Facebook, and also the e-learnings, machine learning, right? So Cassie Woods, right now they talk about machine learning is a huge industry, huge business opportunity. So all of the industry are growing and faster. They want these things to improve. And that's one of the reasons the Lean Six Sigma basic methodology to help you to use those data, to use those information, and use those automation to improve your business, to increase your speed to the market, to reduce the cost. If you do it properly, then Lean Six Sigma can create all those values. And that's why whether it's a middle company or larger company, and sometimes small companies, they're also getting used to it, and they can jump on the wagons because all they want is a faster speed, introduce new products, so the consumers are more delighted and faster to make decisions and look at the root cause, not patch making or try to redo things, but really look at the root cause, you address them so you can get the results right away. And then customer and the consumers are more satisfied, so they can bring the value to business. So that's why you can see all those industry different trends leading towards better use of Lean Six Sigma, because the data is just the data, it's a property, but without management, without a human skill to use it properly, it's difficult. And Lean Six Sigma does fit the bill to bring the best to the people, and the people make the decision and bring the best on the business side. That's why the Lean Six Sigma is very, very important to the business, and it's going to be more and more important. So just some examples. For example, the Bank of America, everyone know, one of the largest bank using the Lean Six Sigma program. Caterpillar, global powerhouse for manufacturing. Honeywell, GE, 3M. Those are officially they call it the Lean Six Sigma program. But there are others as well. They all use called like a world-class improvement, world-class manufacturing, total productive management, continuous improvement, continuous excellence, operational excellence, Lean, and Six Sigma, all kinds of different programs. But at the end of the day, they all use Lean Six Sigma to improve business, and it's just widely used. And you can also call Amazon. I have some friends, they're working for Amazon. They are, look at it is really their supply chain effectiveness, using the data, source different things and customer requirements, and the data mine them, and then get the best, for the customers. There's many companies, high-tech companies. This one just showing you some examples. So all the other companies are using them. Then they may call different names. So you might say, hey, all those companies, using them. So what's in it for me, if I'm just doing my work, right? So I'm going to have some examples, but basically what's in it for us is really the pay increase, right? Around 30 to 50% normally increase after you get a couple of projects, get a certification, and sometimes you say I want more job security, and then you have the skills is well developed, then it's a sought after skill by the industry, and you get the promotions because you have a competitive advantage, and also you can easy to jump different positions. You can go land the new jobs, switching jobs, and then the company will look for you because they all want people with Lean Six Sigma experience. So, career development skills, because you do the project, you have the experience, you have the ability, you grow, and then obviously in order to get there, you have to go through advance the trainings, develop your knowledge, and you learn, and then you have to be competent, because if you only learn it, listen to once, it's not a competence. You practice it, and then you become a competence, then people can use you. So then your career can, further advance. So that's, what's in it for us individually. It's really the career development. It's also right now, whether it's HR or hiring manager, they screen resume, they use those keywords, Lean Six Sigma. If you're not have those skills, there's a possibility, and actually quite likely, they might take you out of the candidates pool because they want people to have those Lean Six Sigma and continuous improvement skills. Whether it's manufacturing, for example, the industry I work, when I screen, I was making sure whether supervisor or manager, if they don't have the Lean Six Sigma or continuous improvement experience, then their value is discounted because we want to see those skills and on the resume, and then you can search it. And then so if you put it on and you have experience, that's going to be a plus for you. Some examples. Over the last 10, 15 years, I had a lot of students, over 30 of them. I like to pick up students from Waterloo and the University of Toronto. Mostly they're engineering students. Teach them one yellow belt project, and they execute it under my supervision or coaching and teaching. And then normally what they different from the other fellow students is they were qualified for a full-time job called a high-profile management trainee. So that those are the large companies they look for. So they put them in a 3 to 5 year program to go to different department, different experience, and then they come out as a manager, or they become a supervisor. So their pay is about 30 to 40% higher, around 65 to 70,000 compared to the regular engineering students they have. I also had quite a few lab technicians. They will work on yellow belt or green belt project. Normally within a year or two, they can become a specialist. Some are QA specialists, some are industrial engineering specialists. So their value or the pay is also increased. And then if you become supervisor, engineers, then you can go to green belt or black belt project. And then you will become a manager of a global company, close to 100,000. And then 5 years, some of them become directors. Some of them are mostly in global financial, because there is a trend about 5, 6 years ago. They like banks, insurance. They hired a lot of process industry, green belt or black belt into their banks. Because they found that those skills are well used in banks and insurance. They are driving the defect reduction. They are driving the lean and the process improvement. And over there, some of them will become directors and over $125,000, $150,000. So that's what my students, they really benefited from this kind of training and program. So I'm very proud of them. So this one is the yellow belt, green belt, black belt. The bar is really along the project they manage. So yellow belt will be around $10,000 to $50,000 per project per year. Now sometimes you do more than one, and that's why your cost will go higher. Your cost saving is go higher, and the line is showing their salary. So yellow belt, after you graduate, up to around $75,000. For green belt, it could go to $100,000, and then obviously your cost saving will be around the $50,000 to $100,000 cost saving per year per project. And black belt, it varies. Some, 100,000. Some will go to close to $1 million. obviously their pay is go up to 150,000. So that's brief overview of the impact to the business and also impact to your personal benefit. So in a nutshell. So you may ask, yeah, it's great. You talk about the Lean and the Six Sigma. So why do you want to choose, this program? Why you want to follow Mr. Liu, Coach Liu? For myself, I have been a master coach and a trainer for over 30 years in the industry experience. I was a master coach for Nestle Canada and also a trainer for Nestle and also a global packaging industry at the moment. So I took seriously on what we call a toll gate approach, basically to control the quality of each project to making sure you learn the skill and also you deliver the project results or business results at each step. That's called a toll gate. So DMAC is a 5-stage, and sometimes we add another called sustainability. At each stage, there is a set of questions that will help you, guide you to making sure you achieve those, you learn those skills. And I do one-to-one to help you to be successful in the project. And those are in addition to the teaching and the training. And if you want to go to tests with ASQ, those are given. We want to do it. But in addition, my program is specialized in those because I have many successful students, and I want to share and I want you to learn, become successful. Coaching, everyone knows basketball coach or tennis coach, right? Or fitness coach, and basically helping you, directly guide you, and to make you a successful person. In this case, successful in your career. Again, introduction of myself. I have my Lean Six Sigma Black Belt from 2006. That's from Kraft Foods Global and ASQ. Master degree and Lean continuous improvement. I started yellow belt, green belt, and then I trained lots of students. About 1 to 2 every co-op term. It's about 4 months, and then they are now working in the different industries: financial, bank, insurance, Dodgers, Equifax, Walmart, Staples, Loblaws, and food, pharmaceutical, and packaging industries. So different industry, they're all using it. I have been a DMAC trainer and a master coach with Nestle. We coach yellow belt, green belt in Canada, and some black belt, but mostly yellow belt, green belt at that time. Right now, I'm training with Lean Six Sigma global trainer in one of the packaging company. I also coach the Canadian region, green belt and black belts. So normally I'm engineering manager and TP manager or continuous excellence manager. Those are my titles. So again, different company may have different programs. Again, a bit more detail. So the practical and successful results, basically the both toll gate approach and also the sustainability of your project, because a lot of time people do a project may not be able to sustain, but this is more looking for a repeatable cost saving. If you invest on stock, if the stock goes up and it comes down, but the sustainability is every year you're delivering the amount of cost saving, and I have a lot of experience on doing that. Softwares, Excel, PowerPoint, Visio, Minitab, depends on which program, and we need to use it. A lot of them are data analysis, so which needs the program to be successful. The details on yellow belt, basically normally entry level, new graduates, QC techs, operators, some operator with very good technical backgrounds, and owners or directors wants to sponsor projects and get the business benefits. Obviously, need some basic computer skills, about 24-hour training and a lot of coaching, and then you can solve problems within the company. Again, the different type of projects, and between $10,000 to $50,000 cost saving opportunity. Green belt, again, a little bit more advanced. You have a more intermediate level of the Excel, PPT skills. Anytime you can start introduce them, and more classroom training and more coaching. So you can solve a bit more complex projects or issues, and then around $50,000 to $100,000 cost saving per year per project. Lean Six Sigma, again, is for both the process speed and then capability improvement. Similar to the Six Sigma Green Belt, but it's adding the Lean together. So again, similar scope, but more widely used in different industry. Black belt, then it's more full-time, or at least half of the time I use it for continuous improvement projects. More experience required, so you need to understand the business, and then more advanced Excel, Minitab, and PPT skills. About 40 hours in class training and more coaching and to help you to get a project successful. More complex projects, and then between 100 and sometimes up to $1 million per year of the cost savings. So there's some, process. Typical process is, look at different variable and solve all the issues for the customers. And this is just a typical project. We do assessment on the, where we improve. So in a nutshell, we basically look at all the improvement to deliver the customer and business results, and then obviously develop your own leadership skills, and then you can improve your career. That's it. Any questions?
OK，我就关掉了啊。